What is up, you freaky folks? My name is Nick. Welcome to my channel. Whatever you're watching, I'm making videos about. And if you're new here, every month I make lists of recommendations for all of our favorite streaming services. But if you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you've got to be a subscriber because nobody is watching Peacock. Hell, I'm barely watching Peacock, but I still want to talk about it because every time I try to make one of these lists, I find they have an excellent collection of weird and interesting movies. So if you aren't already subscribed, make sure you do so. That way you stay up to date with what to watch and where to watch it. Number 10 is Drag Me to Hell. This horror comedy from Sam Raimi is about a loan officer played by Allison Lohman, who evicts an old woman in order to impress her boss. Unfortunately, she messed with the wrong chick and finds herself condemned to hell by an evil curse. This isn't one of my personal favorites, but I know a lot of people love it, so I want to put it out there. There is just a lot of gross humor, a lot of nasty shit going into people's mouths in this movie, and I'm just not here for it. But I have to say, I really do appreciate the way that this movie commits to its ending. So if you're into it and you want to give it a watch, strap in and prepare for the worst, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Soon it will be you who comes begging to me.
Number 9 is Buried. This thriller stars Ryan Reynolds as a man who wakes up buried alive in a coffin with only a phone and a lighter. The film follows how he tries to survive with limited resources and no chance of escape. I feel like this sounds like it should be a short, but the material is stretched to a feature-length runtime with enough tension to make it worth a watch. And it's pretty simple, so I'm not going to get into the minute details. It's a man in a coffin underground. It's pretty freaky, but let me just say that I think Ryan Reynolds really carries this movie, and it really proves that he isn't just a hot and funny superhero.
I'm begging you. Let me out of here, and I promise you I will get you the money. No.
Number 8 is Hostel, the horror film that put Eli Roth on the map. 3 men traveling through Europe stop off at a hostel where they find themselves locked in a nightmare. This movie gained international attention for its use of torture, but it's not very graphic for a movie that came out in 2006. I think the movie is problematic in its execution, but I appreciate its storyline and like the way that it calls back to 70s exploitation horror.
Fucking bitch!
I get a lot of money for you. And that make you my bitch.
Number 7 is They Live. This sci-fi satire from John Carpenter is honestly more prevalent than ever. The late great Roddy Piper plays an average construction worker who discovers a pair of special sunglasses that reveal the world to him. He learns society is run by aliens pushing a message of consumerism on the American people, and our hero plans to stop it. This isn't my favorite Carpenter film, but I think it might be his most important, and I bet when it came out it felt fresh and poignant, but honestly, They Live is just as on point today.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Number 6 is Fast Times at Ridgemont High. This 80s teen comedy is about a group of high schoolers who juggle the stresses of becoming sexually active. I know this movie will seem very outdated to many of you, but I have to give credit to director Amy Heckerling, who not only helmed this defining 80s teen comedy, but went on to direct the defining 90s teen comedy with Clueless. And Fast Times was written by Cameron Crowe, who actually posed as a teenager and went back to high school to gain the information he used to write the book this movie is based on. Never Been Kissed doesn't sound too crazy now, does it? Obviously, if you grew up with this movie, you know it is a time capsule flick, but it is such a gem.
Mr. Spicoli, you're on dangerous ground here. You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
I've been thinking about this, Mr. Han. If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
Number 5 is Wonderland. This crime drama is based on the real-life Wonderland murders. The focus is on whether or not porn star John Holmes was involved in the crimes or not. This is a low-budget indie film, and it's certainly not great. It's another one where I just happen to like the case that it's based on, so I'm kind of into the movie. If you like watching movies based on true crime events, then you might want to check this out. And if you definitely don't like movies loaded with sex, drugs, and murder, then stay far away.
The Southland is in shock today over a series of brutal killings that occurred here on Wonderland Avenue early today.
Number 4 is Serenity. This sci-fi adventure from Joss Whedon is the continuation of the television series Firefly. In it, a group of space explorers do their best to protect a telepathic and super badass chick from enemy forces. I never got into Firefly, but I remember seeing Serenity in theaters, and I like it apart from the series. It's a simple and fun space adventure that is very Joss Whedon, so you'll know whether or not it's for you.
We're coming down to empty that vault.
You have to give me your authorization password. Okay.
Number 3 is Baby Mama, one of my favorite comedies that everyone forgot about. Tina Fey plays a single woman wanting a child, so she links up with a surrogacy mother played by Amy Poehler to make her dreams come true. When they decide to live together, their friendship is put to the test. This movie thrives off of the chemistry between the leads, and I love their comedic energy together. There are so many quotable lines in this one, I can't even pick a favorite. It's either your brand of comedy or it isn't, but Baby Mama is so my kind of hilarious.
How many of you are planning on using toxic Western medications to drug your baby for your own selfish comfort? Anyone?
Number 2 is Jumanji. This family adventure fantasy is about a board game that brings to life the thrills and horrors of the jungle. Two kids who have recently moved into a new home discover the board game Jumanji and bring back Alan Parrish, played by Robin Williams. The game transfers jungle animals to the real world as the players try to finish the game and restore order before they become stuck in Jumanji forever. Okay, I know we have new Jumanji movies, and I actually enjoy those. But the original was one of my favorite movies as a kid, and I'm always gonna have fun with it.
TriStar Pictures presents Robin Williams.
Number 1 is The Place Beyond the Pines. This drama starring Ryan Gosling, Bradley Cooper, and Dane DeHaan is about fathers and sons, actions and consequences, and life and death. It's about a man played by Gosling trying to make things work after having a child, so he begins robbing banks. That's honestly just the beginning, but I don't want to give anything away for anyone who has not watched it. This is one of my favorite hidden gems of the 2010s. Expect a slow burn crime drama, but it truly is a beautiful movie.
You know something, Luke? If you ride like lightning, you're gonna crash like thunder.
And now it's time for my bad movie recommendation of the month, and Peacock has an extra special bad movie that I want to talk about. It's Your Highness. From the crew that brought us Pineapple Express, this fantasy comedy is set in medieval times, and it's about two brothers played by James Franco and Danny McBride. When one of their girlfriends is kidnapped, the brothers go on a rescue mission of epic proportions. This is such a stupid movie, but it came out when my friends and I were in love with this comedy team. It is pure, ridiculous fantasy parody, and I know it won't work for many people, but that's exactly why it's the bad movie recommendation of the month. Let me know if I'm alone and having fun with this one.
Nice.
Whenever you maidens are ready.
That is my list of the best movies to watch on Peacock in the month of January. Thank you so much for watching this video. In case you missed my recent Netflix video, let me give you the what to watch rules so you know what to expect. Basically, I've decided each movie I can recommend per streaming service once a year. So any of the movies that I listed in this video, I cannot, of course, recommend in another Peacock video. However, I can recommend them in all of the other streaming service videos. I hope that makes sense. Okay, cool, good. Feel free to follow me on Instagram where you can send me all of your requests. Subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss any creepy content. Thank you guys once again for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it as always. That's it for this one, but I won't stop you from watching another.